More than 1,000 current and former HHS employees have signed a letter calling for RFK Jr. to resign. And states are forming their own alliance to provide vaccine guidance. How the heck did we get here? Well, this all started last month when RFK Jr. pulled $500 million in funding for vaccine development. And this included vaccines that were for the flu and also for COVID. After he pulled this funding, infectious disease experts started coming out against this, like this quote up here, which says, "I don't think I've seen a more dangerous decision in public health in my 50 years in the business." Now, not only was the funding cut from the research itself, he also did things like removing the advisory committee for immunization practices, and they make recommendations on the safety, the efficacy, and clinical needs of vaccines. This board would determine recommendations for people in different populations, like over the age of 65 or women who are pregnant, and how their vaccine schedules may differ from people who are just seen as being in the general healthy population. Now, if you'll also recall, this happened last month at the CDC, and this person had cited being angry about the vaccine. Now, in late August, HHS staff wrote a letter to Kennedy asking him to stop the spreading of health misinformation and inaccurate information and affirming the scientific integrity of the CDC. Now, within there was a deadline of September 2nd, which was last Tuesday, for Kennedy to take action on this. Kennedy's response was to fire the director of the CDC, who had only been there for, I'm not sure if it had been a month yet. And this is where the resignations begin. So as the CDC director is fired, then you start to see 4 top officials also resign, and then many other people underneath them begin resigning as well. After this happens, you have 9 former CDC leaders who come out and issue this warning saying that the health system is in a raging fire under RFK Jr.'s leadership. This leads to last Wednesday, which is where these former employees signed this letter calling for RFK Jr. to resign. Now, this leads to last Thursday, where you may have seen this video floating around where RFK Jr. is really having a hard time defending the decisions that he has made, and he's trying to defend himself from Democrats and also from Republicans. One of those Republicans happened to be a physician who was pressing him on some of the changes that he was making without necessarily following the factual data or the scientific data that's out there. And now it's to the point where states are taking matters into their own hands and starting their own recommendations for residents. So the states who have already started taking matters into their own hands are California, Oregon, and Washington. They've announced the formation of a new health alliance to provide unified vaccine guidance to their residents. So what do you think of all of this? Should RFK Jr. step down? And if he doesn't step down, do you think that he should be fired?